I grew up with summer Christmases, mangoes for breakfast, cold meats for lunch, backyard cricket, swims and barbecues. I loved them. But biblically speaking, a summer Christmas is a contradiction in terms. Christmas is not a celebration of our sunny circumstances. Christmas dawns in the darkness. That's what Isaiah prophesied in Isaiah chapter 9. It's a famous Christmas reading written 700 years before the Christ child was born. Isaiah chapter 9 verse 2, "The people walking in darkness have seen a great light. On those living in the land of deep darkness, a light has dawned." Isaiah was facing a terrifying army sweeping down from the north. The people were in the land of the shadow of death. It seems that Isaiah had been meditating on Psalm 23 perhaps, which uses the same kind of language. And you think, well, what possible light could dawn into this devastating darkness? Well, again, Isaiah reminds the people of Emmanuel. In verses 3 to 5, he promises peace when war is raging. He promises light when darkness threatens to swallow us whole. It's the Messiah who will shine upon this hopeless situation. He is a rising sun. He is an otherworldly light. In verse 6, he is, "For to us a child is born. To us a son is given, and the government will be upon his shoulders. And he will be called Wonderful Counselor, Mighty God, Everlasting Father, Prince of Peace. Of the greatness of his government and peace there will be no end. He will reign on David's throne and over his kingdom, establishing and upholding it with justice and righteousness from that time on and forever. The zeal of the Lord Almighty will accomplish this." So here is the great Christmas hope. Here is what will shine into our darkness. Here is what will turn war into peace. A baby. But of course, not any old baby. This boy will be called Mighty God. And that title in verse 6 is unpacked by 3 other titles. He is the Mighty God, in that he is the Prince of Peace, who is filled by the Wonderful Counselor and revealing to us the Everlasting Father. This Son is himself the Prince, but in him dwells the Father and the Counselor, such that the fullness of deity, the mighty godness of him, dwells in this child. And he comes to sit on David's throne, just as promised. The Prince of Heaven comes to establish his reign on the earth. Anyone who says that the Old Testament Israelites had no idea that the Messiah would be God must clearly shut their eyes to one of the clearest prophecies in the Old Testament. Here is the Messiah who is the mighty God. And what will he do? He will be like a good shepherd, hoisting wayward sheep onto his shoulders. And so Christ comes to take the government onto his shoulders, as this verse says, and he will march us through this darkened valley and out into the sunshine of his resurrection glory. And what part do we play in all this? We don't. The zeal of the Lord Almighty will accomplish all of this. We would only get in the way. No, the whole character of the Messiah's work is such that we can only be grateful beneficiaries. So the light shines. How can we remain in the darkness? The Prince carries the world on his shoulders. How can we take the world onto our shoulders? The Son is given to us. How can we not receive him?